You're climbing a mountain, and the first part of the hike is steep and rugged. You're sweating, your legs are aching, and you're not even sure you're on the right path. And once you reach the first peak, the view changes, the path evens out, and the journey becomes a breeze. That's exactly what saving your first $100,000 feels like. But why is the initial climb so grueling? And how does it suddenly become easier? Today, we're embarking on a financial expedition to uncover the truth behind a six-figure sum that seems as elusive as a mirage for many. We're talking about the big 100,000, your first $100,000. Did you know that only about 4.38% of people have more than $100,000 in savings? Or that if you save $100,000 by age 30, it could grow to a whopping $1.07 million by the age of 65, assuming a 7% rate of return. These are milestones on the road to financial freedom. Getting to that first $100,000 is like pushing a boulder uphill. It's tough, it's tiring, and it's a test of your financial fortitude. Charlie Munger, the legendary investor, once said, "It's a B, but you gotta do it." And he's right, because once you're past that mark, the financial landscape shifts. Compound interest kicks in, and your money starts working for you, not against you. So why is the first $100,000 the hardest to earn, and how does the journey change after that? Well, buckle up, because we're about to deep dive into the world of behavioral psychology, economic challenges, and strategic wealth building. Why is this initial climb so steep? Psychological factors play a huge role. Our brains are wired to prioritize immediate rewards over future gains, a phenomenon known as hyperbolic discounting. This means that saving for something far off in the future like retirement often takes a backseat to more immediate desires. Let's explore some of these psychological factors in detail. Procrastination, why starting to invest feels like scaling a cliff. You've heard it before, right? "I'll start investing when I have more money." It's a common refrain, but here's the twist. Waiting to invest until you have enough money is like waiting to get fit until you're already in shape. It doesn't work that way. Let's break down the numbers. A study shows that the fear of losing money, known as loss aversion, is a major reason we delay investing. We're hardwired to avoid losses. And here's the kicker. By not investing, you're losing out on potential gains due to compound interest. Imagine this. If you invest just $50 a month with an average return of 7%, in 30 years, you'd have over $60,000. That's the magic of compound interest. But wait, there's more. Procrastination can cost you big time. Delaying your investment by just 10 years can slash your returns by half. Now, why do we procrastinate? Well, it's not just about fear, it's also about information overload. With so much financial advice out there, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and put off making a decision. So let's talk about the psychology behind it. Procrastination is linked to unhealthy financial behaviors like not paying bills on time or postponing retirement savings. It's a significant predictor of personal finances, and it's all about financial self-efficacy. So what can you do? Start small. You don't need a fortune to begin. Thanks to fractional shares and investment apps, you can start with what you have right now. And remember, automate your investments. Make it a no-brainer and let your money grow while you sleep. Risk aversion is the tendency to avoid uncertainty in favor of a sure thing. It's like choosing a slow and steady turtle over a speedy hare because you're afraid the hare might trip. Sure, the turtle's pace is safe, but you'll never win the race to $100,000 that way. Here's a number for you. Risk-averse investors typically earn returns that barely keep up with inflation. That means their purchasing power doesn't grow. It just stagnates. But it's not just about missed gains, it's about the cost of fear. Studies show that the fear of financial failure can lead to conservative financial behaviors that actually increase the risk of not achieving financial goals. So how do we conquer this fear? Well, education and exposure. Yeah, start by learning about different types of investments and their associated risks. Then take baby steps. Invest a small amount in a low-cost index fund and start to watch it grow over time. Lack of knowledge of how compound interest works. So here's the deal. Compound interest is interest on interest. It's your money's way of having babies, and those babies grow up to have more babies. Confused? Well, let me break it down with some real numbers. Imagine you invest $1,000 at a 5% annual interest rate. In the first year, you earn $50, bumping your investment up to $1,050. The next year, you earn 5% on the new amount, which is $52.50, making your total $1,102.50. Over 30 years, without adding another penny, your $1,000 grows to over $4,300. There's more. If your interest compounds daily instead of annually, that $1,000 turns into $4,481.23 after 30 years. That's an extra $160 just from how often the interest is compounded. Let's talk literacy, financial literacy, that is. It's the knowledge that helps you make smart money moves. Sadly, only 64% of Americans passed a basic financial literacy quiz. And that lack of knowledge, well, it cost the average American $1,506 in 2023. But here's the kicker. Those who are financially literate are more likely to save for emergencies, spend less, and open retirement accounts. They're the ones who use compound interest to turn their savings into a mountain of cash. So what's our takeaway? Don't let a lack of knowledge be the barrier between you and your first $100,000. Educate yourself, understand the power of compound interest, and start investing now, even if it's just a little bit, because over time, compound interest will work its magic. Hey, are you getting value from this episode? If you're nodding yes, then smash that like button and let us know. And hey, don't keep all this knowledge to yourself, all right? Go ahead and share this video with a friend who could use a financial boost. Achieving that first $100,000 isn't just a personal battle, it's a journey through a landscape of economic twists and turns. You see, macroeconomic factors play a huge role in our financial destinies. Things like inflation, interest rates, and employment rates, well, they're not just news headlines, they're the winds that can push our financial ships off course. Income inequality and stagnant wages. Income inequality isn't just about the rich getting richer, it's about how it squeezes the savings potential of the majority. When the top 10% of earners take a larger slice of the income pie, it leaves less for everyone else. And here's a staggering fact: income inequality has been linked to reduced growth, investment, and innovation. Stagnant wages mean that while the cost of living goes up, paychecks don't. This makes saving a distant dream for many. In fact, rising inequality has slowed growth in aggregate demand by 2 to 4 percentage points of GDP annually in recent years. And let's get interactive. Think about it. If your wages haven't budged in years, but everything from rent to groceries has gone up, what happens to your savings? They flatline. That's right, stagnant wages have made it difficult for individuals to save for their future and invest in retirement funds. Now imagine two families, one from the top 10% and one from the bottom 50%. The wealthier family can save and invest, benefiting from compound interest. The other family? They're struggling just to keep up with bills. Their saving rate decreases with the level of income of their reference group, especially for poorer households. Urban challenges and the debt dilemma. Living in the heart of the action means paying a premium, and that can take a serious toll on your ability to save for that first $100,000. In urban areas, everything from housing to parking fees can skyrocket. In fact, those living in cities have a median of $1,000 in savings compared to $3,600 for suburbanites. That's nearly 4 times less in the bank. But the high cost of living is just one part of the equation. Let's look at debt, student loans, and credit cards. These are also barriers to building wealth. Student loan debt is a massive hurdle. It's associated with low levels of wealth building and limited upward mobility. Households without student debt have substantially higher net worth than those with debt. And credit cards? Well, they might seem like a lifeline, but they can quickly become an anchor, dragging down your financial progress. The average credit card debt per household stands at over $6,000, and with high interest rates, it's a slippery slope. Lifestyle creep and consumer culture. Ever heard of lifestyle creep? It's like a silent thief sneaking into your finances as you climb the income ladder. It's the gradual increase in your spending when your income goes up, and before you know it, you're not saving any more than you did before. Here's the deal. When you get a raise, it's tempting to treat yourself. A nicer car, a bigger home, maybe a few extra lattes each week. But this is where consumer culture and peer pressure can lead us astray. We start to see luxuries as necessities. And the numbers, they're sobering. Studies show that people often increase their spending by the same percentage as their income increases, leaving their savings rate unchanged. That's right. Even with more money coming in, the savings don't budge. So, how do we fight back against lifestyle creep? Well, start by being mindful of your spending. Every time you get a raise, allocate a portion directly to savings or investments before you even have a chance to spend it. And remember, true happiness doesn't come from material possessions. Conquering the 100K Summit, strategies against all odds. You've seen the challenges, and now it's time to arm yourself with strategies to conquer that $100,000 summit. Despite economic headwinds and psychological hurdles, the path to financial success is within reach. The right mindset. Saving a large sum is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires discipline and a clear vision of your goal. Keep your eyes on the prize and don't let short-term temptations derail you. Keep costs low. It's the little things that add up. Ditch the daily coffee shop run, carpool to work, and cook at home more often. Small changes can free up big bucks for your savings. Debt reduction. High-interest debt is like a ball and chain on your savings journey. Tackle those credit card balances and student loans head on. The less you owe, the more you can grow your nest egg. Invest in savvy vehicles and products. Low-cost index funds, IRAs, and employer-matched 401ks are your allies. Let the power of compound interest work its magic. Save on taxes. Maximize contributions to tax-advantaged accounts and explore credits and deductions. Every tax dollar saved is a dollar more for your 100K. Manage your risks. Diversify your investments to spread out risk and protect your savings from market volatility. Automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account. Make saving a non-negotiable part of your budget, just like rent or groceries. Folks, the road to 100K is paved with smart choices and steadfast commitment. Embrace these strategies and watch as your financial dreams take flight. You've got this. Now it's your turn. Take action today. Whether you're starting from zero or already on your way, commit to these small steps: the automatic savings transfers, the debt reduction, the smart investments. Start your progress in the comments below. If you found this episode valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.